So, anyway, stopping. Stop it. Knock it off. Okay, so annoying to have to do that. Okay. Alright, everybody. There's no pink anywhere on here. That's just what it's called. Okay, now, I want to talk about, because there's going to be different clubbuses meeting during this week. It's going to be kind of an astrology mixture. So, Cancer Clubbus is going to be meeting one last time tomorrow, okay, in the afternoon at about 1:30. So if you're in that clubbus, put it on your calendars or put it on your planner or on your phone somewhere that the last meeting is tomorrow, okay. Today I'm going to be having Gemini Clubbus meet this morning right after I get done. So, for those of you who were in Gemini Clubbus in Gemini season, then we're going to be meeting today because during that season I had all these plans to do to read and do all these things, and I just did not get that accomplished. So I want, because Gemini is a very, very interesting sign, and I know that you all really enjoyed the club, so I thought that I'd bring that back and read a little bit more into the sections on Gemini in school, and also Gemini as a child, maybe. But let's see here. So that will be meeting this morning, okay, after I get done. And so also Cancer Clubbus is going to be meeting tomorrow, yes, and then Leo Clubbus is going to be meeting on Wednesday, okay, and I just want to ask you, do you want to be part of that Clubbus? Okay, yeah, because you have your moon in that sign. Yes, you have your moon in Leo. So you're going to be, Zach is going to be part of the Leo Clubbus starting on Wednesday. We're just going to barely, get our feet in the water and kind of scratch the surface of what we're going to be getting into, okay? Barely anything, because I don't know if the season's going to start yet. It's like about the cusp time right now. So still like 2 or 3 more days of the Cancer season before we move into a brand new, really exciting energy. Now, I believe I have talked all about what I need to talk about, really. Now, if you have any burning questions, comments, or concerns, then I want to hear those. Anybody have anything to talk about? Yes. Oh, that's going to be at the beginning of next month. I pushed the plans for the Minton headquarters cleaning up until next month. Thank you for asking that, because I know that some of you were wondering. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, during this next season, because I don't have it in my chart, and, I don't know if the energy is relatable, it sounds like we're going to be doing a lot for the Leo season, but it sounds more than it actually will be. It'll be very, very small, minor things, because it's going to be kind of a time to wind down and relax and improve and reflect and start anew. So, during Leo season, so end of this month and then going into August, we're going to be working on the Charles Pizer, and you're probably going to get special parts, playing characters in the 1800s in that musical. And actually, Just Add Magic, Kelly Darby Hannah will be in there as well for one of the songs that I have in mind. It's really, really beautiful. It's called Little Junies. Now I don't know if you remember in the Just Add Magic, the very very last episode of season 4, when they went into the 1800s. You know, as you all know, one of the things that we focus on is like lines that a Minton people or Minton guests say. You know, people from real life. I'm a little reluctant to get them into the Minton, but people from TV shows, movies. I just want to tell you that that one of the really really important things we look at is just lines that they say, either having like value on the the story or importance, even though if they're just like stupid little lines or random. And one of the lines that I want you to remember is when you said, playing Charles Pizer, you didn't happen to bring me a little Junie, didn't you? A little Junies, didn't you? You were talking to the three, Kelly, Darby, Hannah, when they were in the jail cell, and that little thing where you know, unlocked it and, got them out of the jail. So and then we all saw the season 4 of Just Add Magic. We all seen that. Okay, so we're done with seeing like all the Just Add Magic Mystery City. We really had to rush to get all those episodes in. You know. So let's see here. So remember that little scene where Ian brought him like the little juniors. I don't know what they are. I would assume that they're juniper berries, and that's the assumption that I'm going to be making, unless you have a different. Okay, well, I thought right then. So there'll be a song based on that, so they'll be playing in, and basically it's going to be kind of a long musical, and I'm planning, like an intermission. One part is the 1800s. The other part is Just Add Magic in the current, time traveling, into the present. So that song's gonna kind of lead into that. But that's just an idea. I probably haven't have it set in stone, but that's something that I do have in mind. But so anyway, I said too much, didn't I? So anyway, now I've talked about everything I need to talk about. Now, for those of you who are not in Gemini Clubus, you can go up to one of the rooms upstairs and work on your projects. I'm actually going to be arranged for some work time because I really, really want you to get those in and have the time, and the effort to put into those. So, after I'm done with the Clubus, and while I'm doing the Clubus, you're going to be having time upstairs to work on those projects, and when the Gemini Clubus people are done, they'll go upstairs, spend the remainder of that time working on the projects. It's probably going to be like about 40, I'd say 55 minutes to an hour of work time on those. Because some of you, I've been paying attention, kind of keeping tabs on who everybody is. And it seems like all of you, all of you are halfway done, which is very, very good. But, it's kind of coming down to the wire. So we want to do that other half. One thing I want to talk about, and I just want to have the whole Minton know, this is probably something that you don't need to know, but before I go into my little visitations that I've been having, I just want to talk to you about what happened yesterday. So you got a call, because my second in command head creator called you and let you know the bad news, and he called me first of all, the Minton later, which was the right thing to do. I got a call from him, and he told me that not one, not three, not 4.5, but all of the cloning machines, all of the good ones, have been stolen. So whoever stole them probably strategically, knew which ones were good, which ones are bad, apparently. So they were wise. But so anyway, I want to get to the idea of this message, and that is that they were stolen, and I can't believe that somebody would would do something like that. I said they should be ashamed of themselves for having the audacity to do that. I'm not a believer in leaving a place or leaving somebody. And when I come back to see them again or the house again, they're not exactly as I left it. Talk about, getting to meet someone who I'm going to be working for, say them having a beard on their face. And then when I actually go into the very, very first day of working, they trim it up. It's as small as those things that are one of my pet peeves, and I'm just not going to tolerate and approve of. So, when I leave a place or a person, it's gonna, when I see them or that place again, exactly as I left it. So I told him, like, you need to find a way of, investigating whoever it is, because I won't be there, but I made a clone for myself to look after the Amenton while I was gone. So, what's going to happen, they're going to find out who it is. That second-in-command head curator is going to, run the Amenton duties. And let's see here. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to find out who it is. They're going to get the cloning machines back, set them up again. They'd better do it because I'm not going to be gone a week later. I made it perfectly clear that is unbelievable, and I'm not going to come back to find even like the slightest difference at all. Not even a ruin of my mention. When I arrive and probably feeling pissed off or angry. Because it's a home. It's my home. And home sweet home is a saying for a reason. I should come back, into the comfort zone of what it is, happy and content, So I think that you can understand my frustrations on that because, Willie is just really mean-spirited behavior. And I'm not going to let it go that far, Willie. So now, all of you that are not in Gemini Clubus, you can exit, okay, go upstairs, and for the people that are, you can stay here. You can probably go up and help them with their projects as well, thank you. Oh, also, one thing, before everyone goes upstairs, I want to talk about a couple of little things, if I can recall them. So one of the visitations was, obviously, it's been on my mind, I was trying to get a coin. We were in a dream. I'm with you in a dream, and we were finding a coin and on our little adventures. Walking on a tightrope type place in the air, and I was at my house, and I hit it. I put it in the ground. Put it in like the crack in the crevice of the street, and also I showed the other residents the magic cookbook from Just Like Magic. Another thing I had a picture of was I was seeing, which is going to be, some of my ideas come from my dreaming when I go to bed at night. So one of the things that I was seeing was, and this mention is, does have planets in Pisces, so, and all the mentions really should, because that's kind of like a huge, huge part of all the idea, like all the mention is the flavor of Aquarius and Pisces, second to Aries and Leo and, things like that. But so anyway, seeing Charles Pizer, wearing the clothes, riding on horseback, having a map, trying to, like, find gold or something in the desert. And another thing that I had was kind of an empty Shanti. I don't really know how to describe it. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, one of the daydreams that I did have was, this is probably based off of the Stevens universe, which we haven't seen yet. But one of the things I had in mind was, that you would be a very, very good cousin. I think that you definitely have that cousin quality to you. And also caretaker or babysitter quality. And I was picturing that you would be with this one kid, with this one boy, about 7, 8, 9, 10, around that age, who was a fan, and you would be going out, like all day, you would be having adventures with him, not only riding scooters around the town, but going places, doing things, and then coming home, and then joining the whole family back, and you would sit at the dinner table eating dinner, probably, the tradizionale type foods. Just standard home cooking or whatever. That might be something I would want to change. I would probably eat a medium amount, not be a huge fan of it, or not like the meal and be too occupied with, the adventures. I didn't really dream that up though, but anyway, that's all I have now. I'm going to allow the male vetter. Remember the opposite gender resemblances that we looked at, and also, resemblance to Danica Patrick. Another thing that I think you'd be good at is the Phantom of the Opera. So Danica Patrick, opposite gender resemblance. Mrs. Vetter. Julianne, who is, Mary Poppins, all of those things, opposite gender. Male Vetter, and all of the other clones of the male Vetter. So funny. You couldn't leave, and some of the clones can stay here if they want to join the meeting. Okay, so all the rest of you out. I'm done with all that I need to say officially. Okay, I just had to get that cleared out of the way, so that we can get this thing going, really. Okay. Now, I'm going to be right back, and I'm just going to grab one or two things, and we're going to start. And there was another thing I have in mind, and that is a little concert putting on Zach Collison's songs in a choral melody. The songs, a couple of the songs I had planned for the concert, but I just cut them out because I didn't need to put them in there. Now, all of you can leave now. I'm done. Okay, everybody. Now, it's been a while since we met. It's been since, like, the 20th. No, the 19th. That was the last meeting that we had. And we had a huge break in the season. Like, the whole month, like, most of the Gemini month of June, we really didn't meet, and I was busy with other things around the image and around the businesses and everything. Now, we're going to get back to what I had originally planned on. And that was something that we didn't really get started on. And that's going to be the original, the sections of the book besides the introduction. Remember that the introduction is at the indominant month, and the other sections are during the dominant month. In the dominant month, it was June, last month. Now, I hope that you. Now, here's the thing. I am just realizing something really, really bad. Really, really bad. Because I didn't bring any cloning machine with me. And, raise your hands. How many of you have the book? How many of you have the book? 2 of you? Very, very good initiative taking. So the rest of you don't have the book with you. Okay, well, that's my fault because I didn't tell you. You didn't know. So, it would be unreasonable of me if I blamed you for something that you didn't know that you would need. So, I'm sorry that I did not inform the invention that you would need that. But, yeah, that's gonna be a difficult situation because there's only 2 of you and there's more than just 2 of you in here. There's a lot of others besides 2. The 2 of you in here who have the book. And at least if, hearing me read and hearing me talk wouldn't be boring enough. Well, at least, okay, how do I phrase this? It would probably be a little bit more interesting if you actually had the book to look at besides sitting up here, hearing me read and talk and getting bored by what I'm saying, and it'd be really, really boring. So that is definitely a shame. That's definitely a shame. So that blew that plan right into the water. That definitely did. Yeah. Very, very sad. Well, that was a bust. But, just remember that this next astrological season is going to be, you're not fully Leo, because I don't have it in my chart. If I did, we'd really get serious with it. I'm getting a little serious, but not by much. It's no big deal to have, people over here, learn music or whatever. Just because I've been doing it a while. So we're going to be having an astrological mixture. So Gemini Clubus will be meeting a couple of times, as well as probably Cancer Clubus will be meeting as well, mixed in with Leo Clubus. And if I can, we'll get the Aries Clubus as well, maybe. I don't know. But it just won't be straight Leo. That's what I'm going to plan. But when we get back, I'm going to have your books and your materials all where they need to be, so that we can do it. That we can get into what we needed to get into. So that was a shame. So actually, now, you can go and you can, I will have Leo Clubus, okay, I need to ask the Cancer Clubus if they have their books. You're going to be getting your books on your phones. They're going to be electronic if you're planning to join Leo Clubus. You're going to have them here. So, we're going to be doing that. I don't know about tomorrow with the Cancer Club is. If they have their books with them. If they don't, it'll be the same thing as this. But for today, you can go upstairs with them and work on the project. Work on the Cancer season project.